All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Unknown Games Podcast, episode number 190, where we are here. We're back. The cow from last week is gone. Ehe is currently in infinite wealth.
Oh, you're talking about the cum cow. I was like legitimately confused for a moment. I was like, what the fuck are you talking? Oh, the cum cow.
The cow. That cow. That would be.
Are you trying to make people forget about the fact that we said cum cow on the podcast? Or?
I mean, I was, but now that you've brought it back,
now it's never gonna. Now we're never gonna. It's
part of stream.
It's kind of sealed your fate, dude. Like
it's stream history now.
We're gonna look back a year from now, or 2024 wrap up, and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, the cum cow.
It was alive at one point.
Am I causing us to get like flagged or anything? Like
I don't think so. I don't think that's
repeatedly saying the word.
I don't think that's a word that gets you flagged. It's not curse words. I think it's like if you curse within 2 minutes or something, I think that might get us flagged.
I mean, come on, count. Actually, who knows? I don't know how it works. Yeah, but
who knows? We'll find out. But if you're listening through the podcast via any of the normal means, iTunes or Google Play or Spotify, we got to say thanks so much. Do tell your friends and or family, whoever might like games or Japanese, pop culture, that sort of thing, anime. Tell them about the podcast, let them know, and we do appreciate your support throughout these past couple of years. It's been a blast. Alex, my co-host, what's up, man? How's it going?
It's good.
Weekend hopefully it wasn't too bad. Like the weather here has been cold, but
it was cold. It was cold, man.
I feel like it's better though, because it's like the wind wasn't really like high, you know what I mean, over the weekend, so it was like bearable. I've been wearing a down feather jacket and
like inside, like in your own apartment?
No, outside. Yeah, outside.
Oh, okay.
Outside.
I thought you're just like, I don't know, yeah, something's wrong.
Like a snowman on the inside, man. So that's pretty much been what I was doing over the weekend. I finished up some Remnant from the Ashes, which is an older kind of game with a friend, so doing some co-op. And looking forward, this week last week and this week, great releases for games. We had Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Yeah. When you just go like, man, it's the other way.
Yeah, they're trying to they're moving away. I mean, they tried to combine what's the word? They're going with the Japanese title now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had that, which released to great reviews. Tekken 8 came out as well last week, which has been pretty amazing from what I've seen. And then this week we've got Granblue Fantasy Relink, along with, I want to say, is Persona 3 Reloaded also?
Reload is on Friday.
It's on Friday, yeah. And Granblue, I think, is Wednesday. It's on the 1st.
Yeah, so technically Granblue is on the 1st, or Reload is on the 2nd, and then, I mean, that's it really until Final Fantasy comes out.
Until Rebirth. So we have a lot of time, a lot of games that are just coming out in this, and of course, if you're on Palworld, that is a completely different.
Yeah, shit, that's funny. Yeah.
I don't know. Did you end up playing any of it? Like,
good question. I don't even want to talk about Palworld this episode, but no, I did not. I really thought about it. I never got around to it though. I mean, it's not like they pulled it from the store. I still can't play it, but yeah.
No, it's they pulled it. No, I did end up playing it for around, I want to say like 5, 6, 7 hours or something like that.
That's actually a chunk of time. That's pretty sizable, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, time goes by pretty quickly when you're playing, and like you said, we're probably not going to get into it on this show. It might be something that we look back. I kind of want to get into it on Pokemon Day coming up next. I think it's next month, right? Pokemon Day is usually, it's February, right?
February, yeah, because it's the anniversary. It's the anniversary of Green and what's the other one? Red? Green and Red.
Green, Red, yeah. The colors. What are the colors again?
Well, because I was getting confused in my mind because we never got green, right, in North America.
Oh, in the North, we had blue, so it was. We're skipping over Palworld this week, but know that we will probably talk about it when Ehe is here too. So it's an interesting discussion. A lot of things that are around the game outside of the Pokemon aspect. there's different angles you can kind of approach it. So it's
Yo, did you hear about the controversy? So some modder was like, oh, they ripped off Pokemon's models
who
completely.
put Pokemon models into the game
Or they
like an
like
idiot.
they stole them like one for one. Like some guy took a Palworld model, scaled it up to match or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah.
They scaled up or down to like match the Pokemon models, and they found that the meshes were exactly the same. And then everyone's like, oh, they stole Pokemon assets. And then like a couple days later, the guy was just like, no, I faked it. So like, yeah, well, why would you do that?
Like
yeah.
I remember listening to a podcast, and I had the same opinion in terms of like a lot of the stuff that's kind of come out about the game has been through Twitter, and none of it's like 100% verified.
Like just like people like it's allegations, like tons of allegations, right?
It's tons of allegations, and I mean, I won't lie. When you walk through the world of Palworld, you're constantly thinking about Pokemon. Like it's hard. I don't even say pals. Most of the time, I have to remind myself.
You say Pokemon or do you say
I say,
men?
yeah,
Pokemons?
I say like Pokemon.
Men.
I call them Pokemon because look, you when you open up your PAL deck to look at, that's what it's called, a PAL deck.
Yeah.
In your PAL Spear, when you catch, there's a Mega PAL Spear as well.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah. Okay. Go on. Sorry.
But you can't. I mean, you can't coin these things, right? These aren't trademarks or anything like that or whatever. But yeah. You kind of walk around and you see a certain Pokemon. I mean, I saw Pikachu today. I mean, I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but it was a kind of it was an electric mouse with a tail that looked like a zigzag, a lightning thing, and it was running around. And I could only think about Pikachu.
But it wasn't Pikachu runs.
It wasn't. I'm like, it's not Pikachu. It's not Pikachu. That's something else. But there's an interesting story behind there for sure. Behind the company.
Okay, but is the game fun? Is the game fun?
No, that's that is the main thing. If anyone is wondering, the game is fun. The game it is a survival, open world survival crafting genre game.
Which is like a genre I typically don't like, but
Same here. If you've played Valheim, if you've played Enshrouded, just kind of put in early access this week, you've played any of those type of games, even like a Stardew Valley without the craft. I think Stardew Valley even has a little bit of crafting in it. Who knows? But if you've played any of them, you've played the basic part of that game, like of Palworld. And they've got some like good parts of the base building. The main thing that kind of, I think for me, makes it easier to hop into and kind of keep playing is the fact that the pals are doing the work for you. Like it's not just you going and chopping the tree down, then you have to go and bring it somewhere, construct your house. You can get them in your base as you upgrade your base. You can have more pals in there, and they essentially will get those resources for you. Now, you don't have to do that. You can just upgrade your base, upgrade your tech tree, get some guns, and go out and hunt people or pals. Yeah,
I heard you can catch humans, right?
You can catch those
and
evil
then you can butcher them, and it's hilarious.
And there is that shock factor, right? The first time I dropped into the world, the first thing you don't have anything. You're naked and you don't have any clothes other than like a loincloth or whatever. And it's like, yo, go find a place to make a base. And the first thing you do is you run up on like a little lamb Pokemon and you can punch it. I just punched it to death. I mean, to faint. I don't know what, but
you can do that to humans. Can you beat the shit out of humans like with your fist or
you
what?
You can do that to humans. You can do it to trees. You can and so like I was just running around punching things. I was like, and you get XP for it, right? So you're getting XP as you do certain, like every action gives you XP, and you use that to your character stats. So just like a Souls game or something, you have amount of weight you can carry. You have more stamina. So you have that element. And then you also have this other side element that I find really interesting for the pals, right? So we've seen those pals using guns, right? That is not natively like what they do.
Like you have to teach them, or like not all pals can even use guns, right?
Not all the pals can use guns, but they all have like special abilities that they have active and passive skills. And if you build a statue, you can actually alter and like kind of grow those skills, right? So there's this one electric Pokemon that if you don't have the skill unlocked, the active skill, then it just fights by itself, right? But if you get the active skill, it'll actually, you can like pick it up and it'll throw like electric grenades at enemies.
Oh
like
yeah,
and you're holding it. Yeah, like
that sounds exciting though.
So I know there's one I got that had like a gun that has that ability too. Like, so like that stuff is kind of cool. And the world is really big, so it's fun. if you like that genre, it's even more fun. If you don't like that genre, then hop
Wait,
in
did you
with a
say it's
friend.
even more fun if you don't like that genre?
Oh no, it's even more fun if you do like that
Oh,
genre.
sorry. Okay, yeah, I was
Yeah,
confused there.
yeah.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
I think the thing for me is like I'm not usually in that genre. I'm in your boat, and the hardest thing is like I really want the game to. I mean, it's already a success, over 8 million copies
Yeah, it's the crazy
sold.
thing, right? It
It's
kept selling. Yeah, it's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Yeah,
The longer it's in the news, the more it sells, kind of thing.
yeah. Hmm.
But I just wish they went the extra mile to make it like a little bit more original. I thought about a lot of different games. You know, you think about Digimon, obviously, right? You think about, and that's not games, but Yokai Watch.
Hmm.
You know, these kind of competitors. There's very few competitors to Pokemon. Very few. When you think about it,
Yeah, yeah.
there's very few. I even thought about Neopets.
Okay, that's a little bit of a different
Neopets is
kind of
a
thing.
far
Yeah.
fetch, but the closest we had, I think, recently would have probably been Tim, right?
Recently, either Temtem or the cassette beasts, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah, I think the whole thing about Pokemon competitors is I think we can look at it in two different generations. Like now, we'd look at Temtem and to some degree Palworld. Whether or not Palworld truly is a competitive Pokemon, I think is I don't know. I guess it is, but like
it's a
because it has
different
such a bigger
genre.
yeah, because it has such a bigger focus on building and survival than Pokemon does. Like it's like is it? I mean, I'm sure there are people inside that Venn diagram, but like, how big is that center part of that Venn diagram? You know what I mean?
I feel like it's similar. It's a similar audience, right? But at the same time, for people who don't like the Pokemon mainline titles, but they like Pokemon, right? This is kind of a way that they can get in, and maybe they like the aspect of building, and they like the aspect of playing with friends and kind of making a base and
Yeah.
going out and exploring, but and kind of having that catch 'em all feel a little bit, so they
Yeah, I
kind of,
guess.
you know,
Yeah, I guess there's some people that like the idea of Pokemon, like the idea of catching monsters and stuff, but maybe they don't kind of give a shit about like
exactly.
the rest. I mean, like the Elite Four or the badges or
I
the
mean, there
battle
is an Elite
tower or
Four
something
in
like that.
this
Yeah.
in Palworld.
Yeah. So maybe it's like it's capturing like a bunch of people that want to like Pokemon but can't like Pokemon. If that makes
Exactly.
sense. Yeah.
Exactly. And then there's also like the subsect that do like Pokemon that are trying. And then it's like, I mean, we saw this essentially with the latest with Scarlet and Violet, and it's in due to partly Nintendo's hardware not being able to keep up or being,
I mean, it's
being slow.
either Nintendo's hardware couldn't run it, or
Or
Game
Game
Freak
Freak.
didn't make a good game. I
It's
mean, one of
one
the it's
it's
one of the
one of the
other, or it's both.
or
Yeah.
it's both. Yeah. And this is kind of a little bit of a response because usually we say quality usually wins, right? Quality should be a standard, right? But when you look at Palworld, you don't see
Mm.
that quality. You see like cut corners, and it is in early access. Um, but you get the feeling like, why is this game selling so? Like, why is it doing so? What are people? Do people feel betrayed or something? Like, and we've talked about this on the show, obviously. The fact that for the longest time, people are like, can we just get like a Pokemon MMO, or can we get like a Pokemon that does this or that? And
Yeah, there's been lots of people that have been like wanting a Pokemon MMO, and a lot of Game Freak haven't done. I don't know if they will do it, honestly. Like, I really don't know
for
if they would.
yeah, for I could almost say a decade, for a long time. It's not a
Yeah,
thought
because
that's new.
yeah. Also, you gotta like support an MMO. Like, you just can't like make it and be like, you guys have fun with it. Like, you gotta like,
You have to keep it going.
yeah. And I don't know if Game Freak wants to. Like, I mean, I don't know if they
No,
want to do that. Yeah.
I mean, I would be very curious if on Pokemon Day if there is an announcement for like Pokemon on PC.
I sincerely doubt it. I would
Like
I would be so shocked. Like, I'd probably
I don't
put
like
money
I'm
down that they won't do
curious.
that. I would put money down that they don't do that.
It's one of those things where because we have Sony putting their games on PC now.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nintendo typically follows suit with some things years later after it's kind of become like okay, we can do that. That's how they did with mobile, with Mario, and then we had there's Mario Kart, obviously like a different version, but they have a couple games on mobile. The I guess the bigger ones are like Fire Emblem and the gotcha ones that they've
And
kind of
like
put out there.
Pikmin
And
or whatever the
Pikmin,
fuck it is. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm kind of curious, if Pokemon Company would actually do something like that. It wouldn't be a
I mean,
mainline
if they
title.
I don't think it would be. If anything, I don't think it'd be a mainline title. It would be like Pokemon Cafe Mix or something like that.
Cafe Mix or something. Yeah. But we'll see how this encourages them to step up the game or anything. I mean, honestly, from my point of view, people are having fun. And they're still actually calling them Pokemon. They're not even calling them pals.
Yeah, people aren't even trying, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. But it's a new generation, you know. That's a whole nother thing too. Gen Z and everyone who grew up with Minecraft/Roblox, like graphics aren't a thing, or like originality potentially, you know, is also another way of looking at it too. Because those are just all used assets anyways. Like no one's really completely making wholly originally things in Minecraft, or not Minecraft, but Roblox. I think some of those are generated,
I literally
right?
don't know. I haven't I don't know anything about Roblox, so you can say like I don't. Yeah.
The Roblox, man. Roadblocks.
You played Roblox or
I don't want to play it. This is like that time we were like, you should play Rec Room.
And then you did actually, yeah.
And I was horrified.
You probably don't want to do that, yeah. I don't think you should play Roblox on stream.
I don't think I want to do that again. That's a scary process.
Yeah,
it's a scary process. But anyways, that's Palworld. It's a fun game, so definitely if you have Game Pass, give it a try. That version is still, I think it's still behind the Steam release.
On Game Pass, yeah, it's a few versions behind. It's because of they have to like get it certified every time they do a build change, and if it's in early access, I presume they're doing changes all the time, right? So
yeah, so maybe they're waiting for another bigger change.
Yeah,
but
I think it was on sale on Steam. I think that sale might have passed already.
Oh, really?
But I mean, it was like $35 to $30, so. I mean, don't feel too bad.
Don't feel too bad.
That being said, though, I think if you do want to purchase the game, if you think you might want to buy it, you should probably buy it while it's still in early access, because it typically early access games tend to go up in price when they get released, right? So
right, and there is no, as of now, there's no release date. For when they may release it. But yeah, apparently it was a 10-man team, so one artist.
Shit, that's tiny, man.
It's like I said, it's an interesting story. The CEO was like, it's a miracle this game was made. We had no budget for it. We switched from Unity to Unreal 4, and we hired our artist. She was apparently she had applied for over 100 companies and been rejected until they got to her. And he's like, I didn't actually intend on hiring her after the first round. I'm like, who says this?
Well, what happened? Well, then why did you hire her?
I was like, okay. But he gave her a chance, essentially, and she drew their 110 pals.
So, like, I like your moxie. It's all right.
I like your moxie. So we'll see where they go. We'll see where they go from here. Card games and everything else. But moving on. I don't know if you saw the Dragon Ball. Actually, I guess if Ahead does come, we'll save Dragon Ball for later.
No, I didn't see it. I mean, I saw the headline.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the trailer.
So there's a few different trailers. We're not gonna do the
it's like Kakarot and something. I know
yeah.
Kakarot is like is a DLC for Kakarot or what?
Yeah, it's a DLC for Kakarot. It is.
I'm impressed, actually. Legitimately, here's the thing. You know how fucking Cyberpunk got like best community support, or where the fuck it is for
this
Game of the Year?
This thing has secretly been updating.
It should be Kakarot. What do you do? What the fuck are you talking about, Cyberpunk? When did Kakarot come out? Like, how many DLC packs has this fucking game had?
This is the third DLC. This is the third DLC. But they did have that graphical update. Remember, it was like a full graphical
Dude, I don't even think not Cyberpunk, dude. It should have been fucking Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because they keep fucking putting shit up for this game.
It is like it's kind of weird, because like you don't ever think of it like, oh, because it's old, like you said. This game is not.
Yeah, when did this game come out, dude? I don't even think it's got to be like 2 years ago or something like that, right?
Dragon Ball. It's 2 or 3 years.
Z. Is it Z Kakarot or just the Dragon Ball Kakarot?
Oh,
it's a Z, yeah.
It's a Z.
2020, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago.
And I don't know, maybe it was because they did that update, that graphical update. Maybe that's what kept them like, hey, we can keep working on this game. Like, it's not.
Dude. I can't believe. Yeah, why the fuck did Cyberpunk win that? It should be this game, dude. Holy shit. Yeah.
But this is going to go through the last part of Dragon Ball Z, which of course has Oob and
Right.
Goku
Yeah.
doing
This is
their
after
fight.
after the Majin Buu fight, right?
Yeah, after the
But
Majin Buu
like
fight.
that was like one episode in the
It's one. It's
anime.
like one episode. Yeah. So I don't
So
know
how
if
do they turn this into a fucking
I
DLC, dude?
I don't know if there's more after that. Like because I don't think there's a story after that, right?
Or
Like
the story after that is fucking GT, which is debatable if that's even canon. It's not canon
that's even
anymore, right?
counting,
Yeah.
right? Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't actually even know what they're like, but it is a DLC. You know what? It
Are
is
they
a
doing
DLC.
Super?
So
Like, would they? Oh, that's a good question. Like, if they start doing Super, that's like another 4 years worth of DLC.
the game looks good though. Like
I mean, it's
graphic
still,
wise.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
good. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like the thing about anime or cell shaded or cartoony kind of graphics is that like they look good still.
yeah, they
Like
still look good.
yeah, you don't gotta really worry about I don't know, like super realistic rendering, light rendering, that kind of stuff. Like it just like it's got a style and you can stick to that. That looks good. But yeah.
It looks good. Yeah.
So if they start doing Super, which they will, because they will. Would it be a brand new game or would it be more Kakarot DLC? Probably a new game. Probably, I guess a new game, right?
I almost want them just to stay and well, I mean, it is Bandai Namco.
To keep updating Kakarot or what?
Yeah, I almost would like them to do it just because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It depends on them, right? Bandai Namco has a bunch of money; they can obviously make a new game, but is it worth making a new game? Like in terms of what they want to do with Super, if they were to do Super, I'm pretty sure whatever they're doing now probably can be done in Super.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. I think you're just saying any Super story could be done in
yeah,
Kakarot, right?
yeah. Like they can save money if they want to.
That's true. No, I agree with you. But I think like in terms of just like from a sales point of view, from like a business point of view,
it makes sense to release a new one. Yeah,
it probably is better, yeah, to release a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Super or something like that to kind of restart the hype engine, the cycle of this game.
yeah.
Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't really realize that Kakarot is still getting updates.
Yeah.
I bet you there's like a bunch of people that bought
two.
it. Probably a ton of people bought it and like don't even have a single DLC pack for it.
It probably is. It's similar to like the One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, how they update it with a couple of the characters from the recent arc, and it's just like cool. Like, but is anyone still playing this like 4 years later, or you're gonna pick it? People gonna pick it back up?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just from a business point of view, I think it'd probably be a better move to make a brand new game. But I'm not banging on Namco. I don't know what their fucking plans are. There's probably like a guy trapped in a cage that has to make SAO games until he dies.
That man. I have experienced his work.
They just like trap this dude in the cage. And it's like, what's this year's SAO game? And he's just like, I don't know. I want to sleep.
He's like, just stop putting them out, please. No more.
It's not once a year. We thought it was once a year, but
it was actually, there was like 2 or 3 years in between.
Yeah, but it felt like once a year.
Felt like once a year.
Yeah.
So that's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Goku's next journey, and then they also went and did a roster reveal actually for the.
Oh, for
Sparking Zero, yeah. And like when I looked at this, I'm like, okay, yeah, this game looks really good graphically wise. It does look like it plays exactly like potentially the previous ones.
Tenkaichi, right? But people love Tenkaichi. People love Tenkaichi.
But people love, and that's what people love. So, but they did pretty much reveal a portion of the roster, and it still has that same thing where I think in Tenkaichi you could play as each of the different forms, like Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, or you could try. Oh, they were separate characters, right?
They're separate characters.
They're not on transformation. Like it's a separate character. Yeah.
Right. Or you could still play as Goku and then transform into each one.
Like, could you?
Power up. I remember one game was like that.
I'm can't tell you, man. I'm sorry. The last game that I played, they were separate characters.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you, but I couldn't tell you which game that was. Like, is that Tenkaichi? I don't know. I can't remember, dude. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
They all kind of blend together, if you know what I mean.
But there's some moments in this game, like in the trailer, where like the art just pops. Like I was like, holy crap, this looks like clear as day. Good.
Yeah, it was great, dude. No, it looks really good. And I think we just talked about it, but like this kind of art style really translates well through the last couple of years of game development, because I don't want to say plateaued, but it got really mature really fast, right?
It got
And
matured
like
really fast, yeah.
that's why Kakarot still looks still good.
Still looks
Yeah,
so
you can
good.
still play Kakarot or whatever.
I mean, because essentially we went through, you know, the whole Sly Cooper phase where it was like 3D cell shaded was a kind of thing, and then we had like anime games start to try to adopt more of that. I know Gravity Rush, sorry, that was
Gravity Days was great, my friend.
Yeah, that was also shell shaded a little bit. It had a filter or something on it that was a little bit more comic book wise. But yeah, like now after Cyber Connect 2, we thought, oh shoot, those games look good. This looks
I remember when the first Ninja Storm game came out, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about how good that game looks.
It honestly, like, that to me was just amazing. But you can see on this screen, they do have the roster. I can actually go to the website. I think I'm actually on it. Yes, here it is. So but they do have all the characters on the website as of now, but they are like separate. So Goku himself takes up 3 rows.
Because there's so many different fucking forms of Goku or whatever, yeah.
They have 11 forms. They don't have, I forgot what Silver, the last form is called.
Ultra Instinct?
Ultra Instinct, yeah. They don't have Ultra Instinct. I assume probably DLC.
That's fucking DLC later. They're going to reveal that later or something, yeah.
But they do go up to God Blue and everything like that. So same with Vegeta. But yeah, after that, there's Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, we've got Trunks, Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, Mr. Satan, Android 17, 18, Broly, Jiren, and I actually don't know where this guy is from. I know it's in Japanese right now, but Berugamo?
I haven't seen Super, so I can't tell you, man. I'm sorry.
It's like a wolf dude. I've seen Super, and I still don't remember this dude.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, all the characters they've got, you know, they look like they're going to be pretty cool.
Yep.
But that's Dragon Ball. I know Ehe was really excited about this game.
I mean, it looks good, man.
It looks good. And it doesn't remind me of Jump Force. I know I was dogging on it last time. I was dogging on it bad, Jump Force wise. But this, it looks like Tenkaichi stuff. So, Tenkaichi fans, be Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero sounds like a drink, like an alcoholic drink here in Japan.
I mean, in Japan it does, yeah. I think you've been conditioned because it does sound like a drink in Japan. It's because probably Strong Zero, really.
You know what? It probably is because of Strong Zero. That would be like a collaboration that could not happen, but
Strong Zero.
Sparking Strong Zero. Oh man.
I get wasted, dude.
I guess they could also just do like an energy drink collaboration. I don't know. Have you tried the new Zone?
Which one is it? I can't remember, man. There's so many now.
I haven't had a Zone in.
You talking about the New Year's one, the one with the Dharma?
I haven't had one in so long. It's like a smaller can. It's like only $1.65.
Oh,
it's like
you're the ones that are in the vending machines, right?
I guess I saw it at my mini stop, but it was it was smaller.
I've had that one.
Like it was good. I like the size, honestly. Like that's about as much energy drink as I probably have. So, yeah. Anyways, Sparking Zero. I hope we get some energy drinks out of it or something.
Zone, if anything, Zone will do it. Zone collabs with so many things. There was a Chainsaw Man collab for Zone. There was a Blue Lock collab for Zone.
I'm like missing all of these. Were these all sold in the store too?
Yeah, dude, of course, yeah.
Dude, my mini stop didn't get any of them.
You gotta I don't know, move.
I gotta go to 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, go to 7-Eleven, or something like that. Or I typically see them at Lawson. Lawson will be more likely to carry them, in my opinion. Like from my experience, rather. From my experience, Lawson is way better for energy drinks. I don't know why, but yeah.
They did have a whole cabinet of Monster. For whatever reason, like they have like not a cabinet, but there's like a refrigerator section, but it's got a lot of
I've seen that. Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure I know what. I even know what Lawson you're talking about. You're talking about. It's on the first floor of the shopping center next to like Book Off, right?
Yeah. I've seen it too. Actually,
yeah. No, I exactly know the Lawson you're talking about because I saw the same thing and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, right? I'm like, okay, but it's like that in another one too. Near
I know exactly. Yeah, but The Lawson where I live is like the only Lawson that sells American size Red Bull cans.
Really?
Like the big, like it was a 473 milliliters, like American size, right? So the only Lawson I've seen that sells, you know, big
Like
cans.
big cans.
So when I'm like, oh shit, I need a hit. that's the one I go to. Yeah.
I mean, they at that size, I assume that the hit actually does happen. For me, like they typically don't affect me, you know.
Well, I'm like so conditioned that like I honestly could drink a can and probably still sleep. I'm like, yeah. It just keeps me going at this point. Like it doesn't even perk me up. It's my baseline now.
My base is energy.
Yeah.
My base is hype.
Yeah, so I like wake up and I'm like, oh, I need coffee, and I don't even feel good after that. I'm just like, okay, now I can function. So,
but yeah, moving on. Granblue Fantasy Relink, which if you are listening to this podcast, is out both types in early access today, and also it'll be out by the time this podcast. Well, no, a podcast goes up tomorrow, so it'll be out on Friday.
I mean, if you pre-ordered it on PlayStation, you can play it now, right?
Yes.
Sorry, if you pre-ordered it digitally on PlayStation, you can play it now.
Yeah, that's right. Because Japan only has the digital edition, but
no, you can. There's a physical. There's physical.
Is there a physical? I feel like their website and it just had.
No, just go to Amazon.co.jp and type in Granblue Fantasy.
Okay, just have to get it through Amazon or.
Well, I don't think it's Amazon exclusive, but like,
what
yeah, you can get it physically here.
But I played the demo a couple weeks ago, and I think you actually have the game now, right? Did you?
Yeah, I haven't played it yet though. I played the demo though. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta say, like because we've been talking about this game. This goes on the same list as crap. What was another game that we just kept waiting for? Oh, and it's not Kanagawa Jet Girls either. I was thinking about
like
that
never came out. Like I don't know. Like I can't really remember. I don't know, man.
It was probably something else that's on this list of it's finally coming out type games. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was actually a pretty like fun demo. I like the quest section of it more than the single player. That's only because I could try more characters out, and Gran, the main character, that you play in the story mode and maybe get the switch from him. I don't know. He's very basic.
Yeah, he's a default character. He's a safe character to start with. Good for new players.
He has a nice balance of he can heal. He can he has a special attack.
Generally, if you aren't too good at these kind of games, you probably just want to try Gran out first. In the demo you weren't allowed to switch characters, but I think you can. I'm guessing you can. I'm seriously guessing you can switch your characters in the full game. They probably just wanted to lock you to that experience.
For
the story.
Yeah, it definitely opens up when you switch characters. Just because everyone has a completely different play style, and
you get different skills and different weapons and stuff.
Yeah, there's 12 plus playable characters, or maybe 20. I know there's 12 plus.
It's a big ass number. I presume you recruit them throughout the story. I don't think they just dump them on you, and that's kind of overwhelming, I would say.
He's like, here, choose from all of these characters.
Yeah, you figure this shit out. Okay.
But yeah, what were your thoughts on the game, or at least
it was good. Yeah, I came in with basically like no opinion. Like I didn't really know. I didn't have like a set expectation for it. Number one, I've never played a Granblue game, not even the fighting game.
Yeah.
I've just kind of passively seen the art because it was big for a time, here in Japan when the mobile game was kind of still popping off.
Yep.
And I was curious because like it looked like an action RPG, and I know like Platinum at one time was attached to the project. They since left, so I was like, what is this game like? How like so many years of delays, and like how is it finally come together? So I played the demo and it was good. I would say it beat my expectations, maybe because they were just so low, but I really enjoyed the combat. It felt pretty good to me. I think in terms of like your character's combos, that's kind of basic. Like just your character's combos. They're not deep or anything. It's not Devil May Cry level like complexity, and there's no dash cancels or frame cancels or anything. That I can tell at least. But the fun of the combat really comes from the synergy of your party. So like getting your Link skills off and getting your supers, together, timing your supers so everyone uses them together. Because there's like a bonus. Like if everyone uses their super consecutively, you get like a super.
Yeah, right? which is pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, so you have the choice as a player to be like, do I burn my individual bar now because I need the extra damage in battle? I'm in a pinch. Or do I try to hold off a little bit longer because I know this other character is about to get their bar? Can I hold off until then? And you can like you can work all your supers together if you wait for them all to charge, kind of thing. So that's where the fun of the combat is. And when you play online and you're playing with other humans, I think you're probably gonna want to be like, hey guys, everyone hold your super bars because we're gonna
try to. I forgot what it's called, but I think it is staggering still, right?
There's kind of like a stagger system, yeah.
But like that for me, I found that was one of the more interesting things about the combat. Like you said, the link system, like it's so nicely accessible. You just press circle when it pops up. Like essentially, when a character is ready to do their attack,
you can like
link,
have them do theirs, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just fun seeing everyone pop off, and then you pop off,
and like
then we all
the
pop
anime,
off. You know,
the cut in, like the what is it? Their picture kind of shows up on screen dramatically. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a fight in it, but yeah, it's just like really cool how that's all executed. The jumping, the only thing I found was like the jumping was a little wonky. I don't know, like I had to do there's like a little time trial thing that happens, and I was like, I can't jump on this surface properly. But anyways, that's a small complaint. Overall though, it felt fluid. It's not platinum level fluid, like you said. Like the combos don't go that deep, but they're a little stiff. But you do get a variety of things that you can do in terms of customizing your weapon with different skills. So you can kind of alter your playstyle a little bit. If you want more stamina, if you want more health, more defense, yada, yada, yada. That's a thing that's there. You can level up the weapons themselves. I think you can change the weapons too. So there's different weapons that probably also have different, status or, that can suit you or the situation when it comes to the quest mode more so. So I think the biggest question with this game is how is it going to be after launch?
Oh, you have to kind of to add quests and stuff to it. Yeah. There's no season pass, right? There's no...
I didn't see a season pass.
Yeah, usually when a game has a season pass like planned, I think there's like a deluxe edition where it's like includes season pass. No content yet though, you gotta wait. But I didn't see any of that for this. So
yeah, so I'm hoping. I believe there might have been some DLC announced, but yeah, it's not in a season pass, and I wonder how tired this team is on working on this game.
Yeah,
like how many teams technically have worked on this game?
This game was made in Japan, I believe, right? I think it's like Kyoto or something. So
I think so, yeah.
Like it was in the credits, like for the demo at least, where it's like made in whatever, like Cygames, this studio, and I'm like, oh yeah, like this is their first console game, or no? I mean, like, because what is Cygames even known for? They're known for Granblue and Shadow. What's it called?
Shadowverse.
Yeah, that's the word. I was gonna say like Shadow Hearts. Like, no, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, Shadowverse, right? Which is like a card game, kind of thing. So this is their first like big console game. Hopefully it does well. I think it's decently well received, but we'll see in a week when it kind of officially launches. So we'll check, Steam reviews and that kind of thing. But that seems like a pretty competent game. I think it's a pretty solid start. It's a good first game, if anything. Yeah.
If anything, we can hopefully have the Kakarot effect too, like because there's this game has been out in Japan for what 12 years. It's been
the
out
mobile
for a while.
game, you mean?
The mobile game, and so there's a ton of story to draw from, a ton of collaborations they can go back to, and maybe if they can get the license for like do some collabs as DLC. There's as a platform, the possibilities are kind of endless, but we'll see how people and fans respond to it and if it can kind of keep that community around it, because it is a big game, and I am interested in the story, honestly. Yeah, I'm interested in the story.
Sure. I mean, sure, like I said, like I've been living in Japan for, a couple years at this point, and like you just passively see so many like Granblue stuff. You go to a bookstore and you're like the art of Granblue Fantasy. They had the anime at one point, and you see ads for it. Or you used to when the mobile game was big. Yeah.
Gurabu.
Yeah, but I never. I remember like at older TGSs, you go to. You would check out the booths, and like Granblue Cygames, their booth was huge. It was so big, and you're like, oh man, they're like loaded, aren't they? But now, last year it's like MiHoYo has that kind of big booth kind of vibe. But I've been curious, and now is my chance to actually dive in. I mean, I could have dove into the world with a fighting game, but I didn't do that. So yeah, a little curious, man.
Yep. But that is Granblue Fantasy Relink, and for everyone wondering, it is I guess the best way to compare it is a little bit of Monster Hunter in terms of questing, with a little bit of
Action
an
RPG kind of.
action
Yeah.
RPG and DPS boss checks from an MMO.
I mean, doesn't
Slash
Monster Hunter
move
have boss
list.
checks? Monster Hunter is boss checks or damage checks, right? DPS checks. Does they?
They do, yeah. For certain fights, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So there you go. That is Granblue Fantasy Relink. And finally, last game on the list. It's been a while since we just like talked about a bunch of games, honestly. Yeah, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. This is one I know you're looking forward to.
Eventually, I want to like
catch up with the story. I think more. So Ehe's playing this right now. Ehe's playing this now. But yeah, early like reviews for this game were very,
Good.
very positive. Like it's the best in the series, kind of hands down. Tons of game, 100 hours. I'm seeing people post final boss things online.
How, dude?
Yeah.
How?
I was like, what the heck, dude? I was not expecting to see people posting that crap. But anyways, yeah, like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I don't know. What are your I don't have any thoughts on it, honestly. I don't know if you have any. This is gonna be a Ehe's segment. It's gonna be a Ehe's segment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't like played through the rest of the series yet, so I can't really. I'm trying to avoid spoilers as much as possible because I'm still halfway through.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. I think there's a ton of side content to keep yourself busy. It's so dumb, but my favorite thing about the Yakuza series or Like a Dragon series now is just like seeing real life things in the game. So like real life locations and like real life stores and real life brands. Because it's like some would say, oh, that's product placement. But it's kind of fun in a way. Like, there's a certain charm about going to Don Quixote in like Dotonbori in Osaka, like where it's actually legitimately there and like just being in there and like, yeah, this is actually Don Quixote. Look at this. I don't know. I find it fun. It's charming to me. I don't know. I love that. But I like how the series now switched to like a RPG. I wasn't sure back in 7 they changed, and I was like, how can they do that? Like a Dragon is known for its action, right?
Yeah.
And I think they pulled off the switch pretty well, and it's really ballsy. It was a ballsy move, right?
I'm looking at it right now again, and it's just, I think it's because it's so well. There's action in it. You know what I mean? Like it's turn based, but you're still doing a very cinematic actions that are happening on screen.
Yeah, like really took like the I don't know. I think they did a good job of making it an RPG.
Oh, it's just so comical, and I guess that's the thing. And I'm actually kind of curious. So in terms of like the first X amount of Yakuzas, right before 7, was the tone? Now, obviously, the side missions carried the non-serious tone, but it seems like with 7, just throughout the entirety of the game, it has a little bit of serious, but it's a little bit of a jokes kind of thing because of the main character as well. Like it's a little bit more lighthearted as opposed to like real Yakuza drama. Let's go, then side quest time. Here's the wacky stuff.
I mean, I haven't really played too much of 7, but like there's still very much like there's very serious like moments in 7 from what I played so far. But the main character Ichiban he's a little bit different than Kiryu. Like he is a little more lighthearted. He's a little more like, I don't want to say like honest or anything, but he's definitely like
Baka mitai.
Yeah, he's got I guess. Yeah, he's got like a good like friendly kind of vibe to him. So just because the character you play as is a little bit different, that might kind of influence a little bit of the story because you're playing the game from his point of view.
This man is just tricking on bikes
but
in the
there's
street.
Still like very serious moments in it.
Ah, man, I don't know. This is I don't dislike this series. I just dislike the fact that I did not start playing from 1 when it either A got remastered, B originally came out. There's so much. It's like someone telling you like go watch a marathon of the longest
or the MCU.
Yeah, it's like that. Like you're just like, dang, I want to, but dang. You feel it.
I know what you feel. To be honest, that's me. I actually haven't seen most of the MCU, so I thought about like binging it, and I'm like, well, man, I could, but like,
you at least you get through it faster than this.
That's
but
true, yeah.
I guess because it's one of the things like, do you, for the older ones, right? Jeez, what in the world is happening on screen right
Yeah,
now?
I love the mini games. They're like the mini games in this
Holy
game are so
fuck.
fun. Yeah.
Like the karaoke and then whatever else was happening, that was just like, what, like actually what the heck?
Yeah.
I'm also curious, like, where does the series go? Right now, the only controversy, quote quote, that they have around it is the new game plus, which is I guess unlocked.
Oh, it's paid,
It's
yeah.
paid, yeah.
Yeah.
Which apparently they did in Japan,
Which they
only
did in Japan. Yeah.
for the previous game, but not for the West. So
Right.
there's that, and then yeah, I guess XQC was who they chose to stream the game, kind of like PR wise. Yes.
Why?
People were asking
Why?
the same thing. He's never played a Yakuza game, and so
That's
I think
fucking
most of the
insane.
stream, from what people said, was just like him finding a mahjong table and being like, "Teach me to play mahjong." So,
Oh my god, yeah.
so they got a little flack for that, but outside of that, yeah, I mean, stellar reviews, stellar characters, and I guess the end of Kiryu's story, as Ehe was saying, maybe.
Yeah, apparently it is, yeah.
Maybe he's gone after this, and that's it. So I don't know. Lots of good games. So if you haven't played anything, you got time. You got time.
Yeah.
I think the only thing else coming out is after this. What after P3 is Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Well, the
in
only thing
March.
that I'm looking forward to, yeah, is FF7 Rebirth. I'm sure there's something coming out that's off my radar, but in terms of games that I am putting money down,
Overlord.
It'll be 7. I actually already pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered both.
Oh, nice.
I bought Granblue Fantasy, I bought Persona, and I bought FF7. Like,
wait, why did you buy?
three.
Wait, you have Game Pass though, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you had I thought you had PC Game Pass or something.
No.
Oh, well. So you showed support the proper way.
Yeah, and besides, like, Persona 3 is a game. It's a game that I want to own anyways. Like, I'm sure it won't leave the service anytime soon, to be honest. But I still want to, like, I want to own it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a game that I am okay buying. So yeah.
You've bought it four times, right?
Well, I mean, if you count all the versions of it, sure, yeah. But like, I mean,
there's
only one reload,
too,
right?
right?
Yeah,
PSP,
so I have OG,
PSP.
I have and then I have Fez in English and Japanese, and then I have portable, and then I have reload, so all 4 versions.
There you go.
Or 3 versions rather, because yeah, but I have all the versions of it.
So I don't know. I don't have anything else. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or this might be the first show we hit 50 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess
wow.
I just want to I really want to check out P3. Like I'm excited for it as a fan of Persona, but I'm not convinced I'm going to play through the game start to finish. Just because I mentioned this a couple times, but I already know the story of P3. They're not changing it. They're not, unless they do a fucking like FF7 remake gotcha, twist.
Yeah.
But they're not changing the story. Which is fine, I think it's a great story, but because I already have experienced it, I know all the twists, and when I play games, the story is mostly like one of the bigger things that hooks me to keep playing.
Yeah.
Because I am motivated. I want to know what happens, and I want to see where the story goes. I really like playing games for the story. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play through all of it, just because I'm like. Yeah, I don't know where it's going, but maybe the gameplay is so different and so new, and all the social links are new and everything else is new, that I'll be like, oh, I'm enjoying seeing all of this stuff, and I'll keep playing it. So I don't know, who knows? I mean, I played through all of Persona 4 Golden, despite that having more or less the same story, but there was enough new things in Golden compared to OG that I was like enjoying my time because I kept seeing new things. So maybe this will be the same thing. We'll see. I'll let you know when I start playing it.
Nice. Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah.
Because later this year you get the Refantissimo Metafit.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna play that. I mean, I don't honestly. I don't know, but yeah.
It's gonna be it would be weird. I'm like, I end up playing it, you don't play it, and then I'll just be like, I can't believe I played it.
We'll see. I mean, I like most of Alice games. This looks great. You know, basically the Persona team, and they do great things. So I might check it out. But so far, I'm kind of like a little lukewarm on what I've seen so far. We'll see how for additional trailers to come out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us this week, I believe. Shout outs to Ehe and the Ether.
Yeah.
Infinite Wealth.
Wherever you're doing, man. Whatever you're doing, bud. I'll be at Like a Dragon's great.
I hope you're getting rich, man. Getting
Yeah.
rich.
Infinitely.
Infinitely.
Yeah.
But yes, until next week, where can the folks find you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch 2 times a week. Twitch.tv/Root24. I'm playing through the rest of Ghost Trick, which is a Capcom puzzle game. Pretty fun. Wacky characters, just like Ace Attorney. So it's been pretty fun so far. So come hang out. I'll be streaming in 2 days. Yeah, Wednesday, Japan time. So
sweet. And then you can also catch me on Twitch at Ninja Trickster. I'm currently just streaming Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. I think we're about halfway through it story-wise. Really big map. It's a lot of fun. And I also stream on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday, I don't know what we're going to be playing. We played Palworld last week, so we might do the finals or Apex or something. Just Community Thursdays are back. So
cool. Sounds good.
There we go. So please have a wonderful day, everyone, and be safe. We will catch you next week for episode 191 of the Unknown Games podcast. Remember, the cow is lurking at all times.
The cow will get you. Sleep with one eye open, because that cow's gonna fucking get you, man.
Don't slip up.
Oh no. All right.
Peace.
Peace.